Oh. Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Coach Phill. I am with Intelligent Performance. We are a personal and business development company which helps entrepreneurs, CEOs, and business leaders to realign their businesses, realign their teams so that they can have more profit, make more money, and have a bigger impact in their industry. Today, we're going to discuss what successful leaders do, this successful leadership framework. And this comes out of many years of working with great leaders, working with great companies, helping them turn around or getting them to do culture change, or just getting teams to perform better. And we have found after so many years and so many years of study that there's a framework these leaders use. And this framework, where we have seen it duplicated, the results are always guaranteed. The leaders make awesome changes. So here we go. Number one, these kind of leaders who make these kind of differences have a definiteness of purpose. What we call the initial groundedness that you require to be a great leader. When you meet these guys, you can clearly tell they have a personal mission and they have a personal vision that is so powerful that wherever they go, they make that impact. These are guys who have a great set of values. Their definiteness of purpose is so strong that after 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 minutes of having a conversation, you very quickly pick up that, whoa, these people really know what they want to do in life. Most importantly, the kind of impact they want to have in life. They have a great set of, usually between 5 to 7 values, which they live by. And it is always amazing. The ones who have that kind of clarity are the kind of leaders who are making the most awesome successes out there. So number one, they have a definiteness of purpose, a personal one, which then feeds into all their visions, or which then feeds into wherever they go to work. They know that they're coming from a solid foundation. Number two, ladies and gentlemen, they envision a great future. Let me say that again. Great leaders, people who make the real difference in industries, they always envision a great vision, a great picture. They usually have this, this picture up in their minds of what it is they want to create. And when you first hear it, it's actually even scary. Some of them will tell you and you say, no, that ain't ever gonna happen. But they're so clear about it that you cannot deter them. And what happens usually is, because of that clarity, it is easy to get people to buy in. That kind of clarity helps not only for people to buy in, but when people believe in what the leader is talking about, then that is when you begin to see some serious magic. So they envision such a great picture, such a great vision, that inevitable, they get buy-in from other people. Number three, ladies and gentlemen, they are great team builders. Over the years, we have discovered that every leader that we have encountered who has been successful consistently, there are leaders who are successful once in a while, there's ups and downs, but those who have been successful consistently, they are great team builders. They have an ability to attract great talent, but not just to attract, but to build great teams. They have an ability to enlist other people, attract some really good talent. I mean, how many times have you heard there's a leader who goes to this company and then all of a sudden the company begins to attract the best talent in town? Why? Because those leaders have that ability not just to attract, but to enlist them, to take them onto that great vision that they're building, to be able to say, you know what, let us go and make a difference. And usually it's not just about, oh, let us go and be number one. No, they're always about, let us go and make a difference. Let us go and change the industry. Let us go and change the way that people live. So they always have the ability to build great teams and the ability to attract great talent. Number four, ladies and gentlemen, these leaders are wonderful role models. They don't just say things, they actually walk their talk. They have a great ability to be exemplary. They lead from the front, they do what they say they're going to do, they follow through, but they have a great way to demonstrate to the teams that they lead that, hey, this is the way to go. They have a great way of, saying, you know what, guys, Let me demonstrate to you how it's going to be. Let me demonstrate to you the way it is going to go. And after they've done that and they have their teams on board, then the teams begin to take it over and boom, magic begins to happen. So they have a great way of being exemplary role models. Number 5 is they have a way to inspire extraordinary action from their teams. What do I mean? They find a way to not only empower people, but empower them with this feeling of we can do anything. They empower them and inspire them to say, you know what, we can go and do whatever we want, because we know that if we do whatever we can, and I mean whatever we want, and we believe in it, the chances of success are usually much higher than if you don't. You know, these are the guys who believe in having teams where they say, hey, you know what, guys, let us go and take the risks. Let us go and screw up as much as we can, because in screwing up, the team learns. In making the mistakes, the team knows, okay, that will never happen again. You know, there's a leader who told me, he's a fantastic leader, made such a splash in the industry that he came in, and he said, you know what, one of the greatest things I did with these guys is I allowed them to fail. Why? That is the greatest teacher. When they make those mistakes, they will not make those mistakes again, because they learn from it. And he had this habit of bring them in and say, okay, it didn't work. Why did it not work? Most importantly, what are we going to do differently? That is what differentiates between a leader who's just going to make a little difference and a leader who is going to go and make great things happen. The next point that these leaders do in terms of framework is they are obsessed with evaluation. They are obsessed with the numbers. They are obsessed with always looking at where were we yesterday? Where are we today? They're obsessed with, you know, looking at the figures from yesterday to today. What improvements have we made? What do the figures say? What do the statistics say? It's amazing. Every end of the day, especially one of the guys who was in the oil industry, I might as well tell you, he always at the end of every day, he would send me a text and say, hey, by the way, did you know that today we did a little bit more or a little bit extra, or we did 5% more? These guys are obsessed with, you know, it is like they cannot not evaluate. And I find that the more they do that, somehow it trickles through to the rest of the team. Everybody knows what they say. Something that is measured gets done. Something that is inspected gets done. So it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise, but you find there's so many leaders who don't do that. They just don't take time to obsess about the numbers, to obsess about the improvements, even if it is a small one. Measure it, recognize it, reward if you have to. Then you begin to create that kind of culture where people are like, hey, here are the things that get done, get rewarded. Most importantly, those that don't get done, somebody's going to see them. Next in the framework is they have a high level of emotion. I call it emotional charge. They are so emotionally in tune with life. They're so emotionally in tune with what is going on around them. It's unbelievable. Sometimes we call it, they have a great sense of sensory acuity. They can feel, you know, when they enter the organizations, you find that when they enter, everybody is alive. Everybody feels, oh yes, the boss is here. They've got that kind of, you know, charisma around them. But they go an extra mile. They empathize quite a bit. They can feel when something is not right. They will know if one or Tom or some is not, you know, is not having his usual demeanor. They'll be able to go and say, hey, what's up? They'll be able to pick that up. And I find that fascinating. You know, there's one particular leader, he's so good at it that when he walks around in the morning, you know, he will stop, you know, the times where I used to walk around when I was working on a culture change program, and he would stop along the way, maybe it's the tea lady, and he would say, hey, Mama, how are you today? You don't look you yourself. And say, oh no, we are this, and say, he'll be able to tell because of the level at which he has been able to be emotionally charged, emotionally aware. Great leaders have that kind of ability to be able to pick it up immediately. Why? They know that if I am in tune with my people, if I care about my people, if I show them that I care, inevitably they're going to create magic for me. You guys have heard it before. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So that is a great, great, great attribute for leaders. So they have such a great emotion charge, and there you are. Those are your 7 steps in the leadership success framework. Follow those, and I can guarantee you, you will be a successful leader who not only just makes a little difference, but changes an industry and or makes those big differences in people's lives, which is long-lasting and leaves a legacy. As usual, my name is Coach Phill. Thank you for listening. Whatever you do, ladies and gentlemen, please look below, give us some feedback, and then you like it, and share it with other leaders so that we can make the difference that we ought to make. In the meantime, whatever you do, live strong, live with passion. Most importantly, have the audacity to live life on your terms. Thank you.